To my good colleague Archibald, I write to you in a matter of urgency, as this weekend the tentacle-faced bastard Zer is selling a weapon that you and I have been trying to keep secret since the discovery of the darkness. This weapon, the Monte Carlo, as you know, enables a build what can only be described by the common man as utter ludicrousy, and to this end we must hide its secret power and near-limitless potential from any of the stasis-abusing Crucible players. As you are aware, my thick-skulled companion, the reason stasis is such a heated point of controversy among the typical Crucible player is its ability to secure kills by simply freezing a target. To this end, no other stasis subclass is capable of causing such controller-snapping frozen frustration than the Shadebinder Warlock. With its melee alone, it can effectively forego any needs for the close-range scatter shotgun, as it will instantly freeze any opponent unfortunate enough to be on the receiving end of its penumbral blast. And this is why, my rotund colleague, we have to undermine that back-alley Santa Claus Zer from giving away the melee regenerative Monte Carlo. In case you are still baffled as to the source of my exasperation, the Monte Carlo will grant the wielder the ability to randomly gain full melee energy back after a kill. This alone may not be quite the cause for alarm. However, this weapon's damage buff from getting melee kills stacks with the Whisper of Hedrons. In case you are again in one of your world-renowned drunken stupors while you are reading this, the damage of weapon goes from a mere 23 to the head with a 0.8 time to kill to a jaw-dropping 38 damage to the head with a breakneck 0.4 second time to kill. In case that isn't clear, you massive baboon, this is faster than nearly every weapon in the game! If the stasis-abusing common folk were to get their hands on this weapon and combine it with the Warlock's Claws of Ahamkara, they would not only be capable of maintaining an instant win button with the penumbral blast being ready to go for every engagement, but similarly they will be able to string kills together with their ultra-buffed Monte Carlo easier than a Titan strings together mouthfuls of crayons. To make matters worse, if the low-born peasantry were to run this with a high-impact sniper, the Frozen Orbit, they can use the frequently availability of the 25% damage buff from the Whisper of Hedrons to one-shot body-shot most resilient Guardians. Simply put, they would be an unstoppable killing machine capable of handling every engagement, whether it be its melee for close combat, auto rifle for medium range, and sniper rifle for long range. Similarly, the common folk often forget that the Monte Carlo and other 600 RPM auto rifles like it have a faster optimal time to kill than most of the more popular weaponry. 120 RPM hand cannons. By the nines, even the ever-beloved Dead Man's Tale has the exact same time to kill as the Monte Carlo without buffs. Archibald, I confide to you that I am deeply concerned. The strings we pull at Bungie and at the community can only hold if we continue our contract to hide the secret metas from the public eye, but simply put, this is hard to ignore. The situation continues to worsen for us if players put even half an ounce of thought into furthering the stupidity this build can provide. If they were to run this with the Ice Flare bolts, they could use the freeze chaining capabilities to wipe entire teams out like an overzealous busboy. It's already issue enough that the common folk are abusing cold snap grenades to secure easy kills on targets they have no right to duel with. Compounding these things together with the right positioning can capitalize on shattering foes with the melee, can allow you to maintain a virtually permanent uptime on both Monte Carlo's Swashbuckler and the Whisper of Hedron's damage buff. What's more, the Aspect Glacial Harvest and the new Fragment Whisper of Rime makes the already cataclysmic build into a weapon of mental exasperation. The offensive capabilities are maddening by themselves, but allowing the Warlock to receive health and overshield from freezing targets, which I remind you the build allows 3 avenues to accomplish this, would drive me to future war cults so I can mind fork myself into insanity. Turn off as many players as you can to the Whisper of Bonds for free super energy, Whisper of Impetus for increased handling and readiness of weapons, Whisper of Rime for free health and shields, and the Whisper of Hedron specifically for the additional damage that it provides the build. We do not need the entire Crucible looking like the Asterian Abyss on Europa. Archibald, your fixation with weaponry can be juxtaposed to that of the average country bumpkin, which for once might actually aid you in understanding the severity of this build. The public should not know what weaponry harmonizes with this dark power that we've discovered. Maxing recovery and strength gives the Warlock even more survivability in terms of health regen and faster charges of penumbral blasts, which, again, the public does not need to know. The community does not need to know that the Shadebinder's super provides more perilous havoc than that of Top Tree Dawnblade, with nearly pinpoint tracking of penumbral blasts, which, if one were to be caught by one, you would be certainly dead. Shadebinder, I would say, goes so far as to deliberately defecate on every super in the game outside of those designated to shut down threats that the Shadebinder obviously embodies. Archibald, the likelihood of this knowledge falling into the hands of the masses grows with each passing day, and it is paramount that it remains within our ranks alone. Whether we draw the idiots away with hype changes of 450 RPM auto rifles being buffed, or distracting them with outrage with the disabling of Star Eater scales for the raid this weekend, it does not matter. Just keep these builds and letters close to the chest. I dread to lose more builds to the public, and I don't want to lose any more. We may need to expand our efforts and put our deceptive minds into overtime. I will contact you if anything urgent arises. Be sure to maintain contact. Yours truly, Reginald Cornwall von Skyburner. Hey there. I'm Crypt Magnet, the guy who voices both Archibald and Reginald in this series of videos made by TDT. We greatly appreciate your support and interest in TDT. Make sure if you haven't already that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps them out. Oh, and click that little bell icon too. I'm not sure what it does, but I'm pretty sure it helps. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you can check out TDT at their Patreon, linked in the description down below. You can also check out their second channel, keep up to date with Twitter and Instagram, and become part of the Wolfpack yourself in the Discord. Now, as Meesum would say, bless your faces, deuces.